today I plan to do a couple things. Hopefully it all goes according to plan. So I want to do the windshield wipers blades, then possibly start installing or possibly install the trunk. Do want to get that done. The other thing, I'm going to add some additives to the car to start cleaning out the fuel and doing everything like that, just to, I like to do stuff like that when the season's changing. And then that's pretty much it. Earlier today I got this wheel sealed, so hopefully that works. But yeah, one thing I wanted to mention is how, like, the wheels, hopefully you guys can see me in the wheels, but the wheels have been growing on me. At first, it's not that I dislike them or anything like that, but it's more so that I'm lazy and these have more spokes than the TEs and they're harder to clean. So I was kind of iffy about them for that reason, but the look is definitely growing on me. Then also the finish, like the machined kind of look as opposed to having a color to them. I eventually do want to get these chromed, or chrome powder coated, because again, these wheels are kind of beat up, so they're not going to get like professionally chrome. That's a lot of money for some shit wheels. But yeah, I have actually decided that when I do make my custom set of forged wheels, going to do it like this. So I'm going to do 19 by 10 plus 15, or 19 by 10 and a half plus 25. Not 100% sure yet, but I may do the 10 and a half plus 25 and run a 275/30. That way it is a little bit wider than this and has a little bit more stretch. But the design of the wheel, as opposed to it like coming out kind of like rounded so it's flat and then in, I just want it to kind of like round down to here and then go in with a farther, harder concave. I just want the wheels to be more aggressive. Then so most likely 19. I would even opt in for 19 by 10 and a quarter plus 25 and run the 275, because even a quarter, that would actually be pretty good too if I can have them make that. But if not, 19 by 10 and a half for the front, and then 19 by 12 for the rear, plus 40 or 35, and I will run a 315, I think. 315, no, yeah, 315, 30, 19, and then I'll also get a 20 by 11 and a half plus 30, I believe. And that way that's going to be like the more stancy show wheel, because I do want to run big wheels on this car. So 19 front, 20 rear. And then farther down the line, that 20 by 11 and a half will be going to the front. And then I'm going to make a 21 by 13 or 14, and that's going to be going in the back. And that's because eventually I do want to get a Musk wide body kit. That would actually be really good looking on this car, especially with how aggressive everything is and whatnot. Yeah, so that's going to be something for the way future, because again, this is a for life car, and yeah, I plan to make it insane. So yeah, let's get to the rest of the stuff. So to install the Bosch snow driver on the E92 M3, you pop this clip off, you just lift it up, and then you put this clip on with the two ears at the back. Let me see, it should clip in. I think it's in. Is it? I don't know. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay, so yeah, it actually is in. It goes like this. You pop this little opening in to there, so it clicks in, and then you push the two ears together and like boom, and then that's how you install it on this side. Boom, this is the, and then you see the arrow here, So pretty easy. And then for the other one, you just grab the same clip that's like this, pop it off, and do the same thing on that side. And I got the Bosch Evolution. I couldn't get the Evo for this side here. I probably will do that eventually, but I'm sure this is going to be fine. I would just like to run Evo for both because the word Evo is cool. So this is Liquid Moly Speed Tech. Again, I am not promoting it because I never used it before, and I'm also just using it because I needed something that costed a couple more dollars to get free shipping, so that's what I bought. But it comes with the easy pour kind of thing, so that's pretty cool. You just pop this normal cap off, twist this one on, and then you're able to put this here, and you're able to push a little nozzle thingy at the back, and let all the additive go in. Do not want to waste a drop. So, boom, that's done, and we'll start the car. And then actually the reason that we're starting the car is because we're about to test the wipers. So yeah. I drove the car a couple hours ago, so it's not a real cold start, but cold enough. You know, it's smart to actually put them down because, oops, it's not how windshield wipers work. Oh yeah, and then there we go. The Amazon stuff that I need for the trunk should be in that truck. So, perfect timing. Oh yeah, that's good. Damn. But yeah, the windshield itself is dirty, so I do have to actually clean it off, but just to show, like, yeah, that's really good. So I got this button from Amazon for the trunk. So we're gonna see if it fits in here. Oh, sorry for the bad angles and stuff like that, but yeah, give me a second. Even if I don't fully do it today, I'll at least have the thing ready, because I do have to put like some sealant and stuff on the trunk and whatever, or on the carbon one. But I also do have to see like how the stopper is mounted. So let me see. And the thing done stuck to me. So yeah, you know what? Let me do this so I don't lose any of the clips, because that'll be kind of annoying. Okay, so a tip to getting the harness in to the thing is attaching like a wire hanger or something like that, taping it, as you can see right there, and pushing it up through this hole. That way the wire's just not like dangling around in there and whatnot. So that's the easier way to guide the harness up through the thing, and then you can just pull it through. Boom. And this is the first try. Like, one thing that I know, I am usually pretty decent at lining them up. It does need to come a tad bit more down this way, and then it'll be even. But for just right now, the fitment is not too bad at all. And then pops right up, like, first fucking try. And then I already have a couple wing options, so that, yeah, I'm not going to be wingless for long, because I need a wing. Looks pretty good with the natural ducktail shape of the trunk. Here is the other one, actually looking really good, which is funny. I took it off and I'm like, damn, that's a really good looking trunk, because the way that the ducktail is, it's a little more aggressive. It has this little slope in. If you guys can see, yeah, you guys can see it right here. It has a little slope in. And then it's just like hits of carbon instead of just all carbon. So, yeah, it is good looking. Really good looking. I am still going to sell it, but it looks really, really good. But here's the car right now, wingless. Looks pretty cool. Temporarily wingless, because again, I am going to run a wing. So that's coming very soon. But yeah, that's a good looking thing. And the fitment really is not that bad, because I was pretty close first try, but man, it's good looking. Like, yeah. Wow. This is a very good looking car. Now I just have to test the seal in the back, because it has, like, it's not like the way that the exact factory went in, so I may have to put a strip of foam under this piece right here. But yeah, love how the trunk matches the roof. That's so funny, because they're both yellowed and everything as well. But yeah, that's this video for now. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one, when we do more stuff with the trunk and grab a wing, and I'm going on a trip and gonna see what I can make happen for sure. But damn, this thing is good, and it's a lot of weight reduction, even though it's just a fiberglass trunk with a layer of carbon on top or something. But I definitely saved a good amount of weight with that, even though I'm not going for weight reduction.